1. Chainsaw Devil, Pochita. Chainsaw Devil, known as Pochita, once terrorized Hell as the infamous Chainsaw Man. He barely survived a battle with the Four Horsemen and fused with Denji, becoming his heart. This granted Denji the power to transform into Chainsaw Man, a human-devil hybrid feared by devils and revered by humans. In his true form, Pochita appears as a four-armed humanoid with chainsaws for limbs and a head saw, dubbed the Hero of Hell. Pochita's most terrifying ability is devouring devils to erase them and the concept they represent from existence. After partially consuming the War Devil, all wars ceased globally. Remarkably, he can also vomit devils back, restoring lost concepts, as seen when he brought back the Snow and Bitterness devils. Makima feared this power and weakened Pochita by turning him into a beloved hero, knowing devils lose strength when not feared. Even in hybrid form, he's nearly unkillable, regenerating from just his heart and surviving re-entry from space. Despite his strength, Pochita chooses who to fight, defending Denji's dreams and humanity. Some theorize Chainsaw once symbolized something more terrifying now lost to memory, explaining Pochita's unique power and mythic role in the series. 2. Darkness Devil. Darkness Devil is a primal devil embodying humanity's primordial fear of the dark, an instinctive terror predating civilization. As a primal fear, it has never died, not even in hell, and no human weapon can truly kill it. It thrives in darkness, regenerating endlessly when shrouded in black, a status that signals overwhelming otherworldly power. During the International Assassins arc, its arrival in Hell instantly changed the balance. It annihilated elite devil hunters and assassins in moments, dismembering Beam, shattering Quan Chi, and even carving apart Denji's Chainsaw Man form. It grievously injured Aki and the Angel Devil, and it even managed to wound Makima before the Hell Devil sent everyone back to Earth. Darkness Devil's abilities are nightmarish and symbolic. It manipulates darkness to smother perception, summons a tableau of bisected astronauts in prayer, and wields a ritual blade hung with bells whose cuts curse victims to hemorrhage. Its strikes can nullify typical devil regeneration, causing lasting maiming. Angel loses his arms and Aki an arm, though weaker characters later recover. Despite godlike power, it falters under bright light. Denji set himself ablaze to counter a darkness-empowered Santa Claus. Yet that tactic hits proxies, not the primal itself. It retreated. 3. Control Devil. Makima, the Control Devil, embodies humanity's fear of domination and manipulation. Posing as a public safety devil hunter, she is secretly one of the Four Horsemen and remembers the legendary Chainsaw Man from Hell. She recruits Denji, treating him as both weapon and pet, while concealing her true purpose. After Aki's death, her kind facade vanishes, revealing her ambition to control Chainsaw Man and use his power to erase devils and the very concepts of fear, death, and pain to build a perfect world. Yet beneath that godlike plan lies a lonely wish. Makima longs for a family bond with Chainsaw Man, a love she can never truly return. Her powers reflect her nature. Makima can dominate anyone she deems inferior: humans, devils, even animals, turning them into mindless puppets. Chains emerging from her body channel the powers of those she enslaves, such as Reze, Quan Chi, and Katana Man. She can spy anywhere through animals' eyes, disassemble into rats to move unseen, and kill from afar through ritual sacrifice. Makima is nearly immortal thanks to a contract with Japan's Prime Minister. Any damage to her transfers to a random citizen. She survived bullets, explosions, even the Gun Devil's attack. In the end, Denji outsmarted her, using Power's blood to weaken her regeneration and consuming her body completely. The Control Devil was reborn as Nayuta, a child now under Denji's care. Makima's story closing where her deepest wish began. 4th Famine Devil. Fami, the Famine Devil, personifies humanity's fear of hunger and deprivation. As one of the Four Horsemen and sister to Makima, she embodies famine itself. Slow, inevitable suffering. Unlike Makima's dominance in public institutions, Fami hides in plain sight. She poses as a calm, ordinary student at 4th East High School, while secretly leading the Chainsaw Man Church, a cult that worships Chainsaw Man. This dual identity allows her to manipulate both devils and humans without revealing her true form. Her power revolves around control through starvation. Anyone suffering extreme hunger becomes her puppet, their will consumed by her influence. She can even command powerful devils, including primals, by exploiting their hunger. Once under her control, victims can be shrunk into miniature effigies, pocket-sized servants she can summon at full power later. However, controlled devils never fight at full capacity. Fami values precision and subtlety over brute force. Fami's motives are complex. She claims to want to prevent Nostradamus' prophecy, which foretells the Death Devil's arrival and the end of humanity. Yet her reason is ironically selfish. As the embodiment of famine, she loves food and refuses to lose the world's cuisine. She manipulates reality to preserve humanity, but only to feed her own desires. Beneath her calm exterior lies ruthless calculation. She once trapped Asamitaka and others in an endless aquarium to watch them starve, and later tried to enslave her sister Yoru, the War Devil. Believing Yoru is humanity's only hope against death, Fami schemes to amplify global fear of war, strengthening Yoru's power. To do this, she unleashed the Falling Devil on Earth, causing mass panic and tragedy. Later, she manipulated the Fire Devil incident, framing Chainsaw Man to turn public faith into fear, ironically empowering him for future use. Through famine and fear, Fami engineers catastrophe not to destroy the world, but to control how it ends. 5. Falling Devil. The Falling Devil is a primal devil representing humanity's instinctive fear of falling, both the physical plunge from great heights and the emotional descent into despair. As the second primal fear introduced in Chainsaw Man, she serves as the main antagonist of Part 2's Falling Devil arc, and operates under Fami, the Famine Devil. When she manifests on Earth, she constructs a grotesque, headless female body from corpses, dressed in a chef's uniform with hands for feet. Speaking in polite culinary terms, she refers to her attacks as courses, and forces her victims to taste their trauma, turning horror into a twisted dinner service. Her cruelty is psychological rather than immediate. Instead of killing, she forces people to relive their most painful memories until despair drives them to suicide. Ever obedient, she apologizes to Fami when failing, and even allows herself to be shrunken into a figurine for transport. Like all primals, she is immortal, regenerating instantly, even reforming inside Denji after he devoured her. The Falling Devil manipulates gravity, reversing it to send victims soaring into portals that lead directly to hell. Entire cities were torn apart as people and buildings rose into the sky, pulled upward by hopelessness. Her power fuses emotion and physics. The deeper one's despair, the stronger the fall. With her precision control, immense strength, and eerie composure, the Falling Devil stands as one of the most terrifying forces in Chainsaw Man. 6. Gun Devil. The Gun Devil embodies humanity's fear of firearms and stands among the deadliest devils in Chainsaw Man. When it first manifested, it appeared as a colossal creature made of guns and flesh, moving faster than the human eye could track. In just 5 minutes, it slaughtered 1.2 million people worldwide, its superheated flesh burning off from air friction and raining down like bullets. These flesh fragments later became valuable power sources. Devils who consumed them grew stronger, and public safety collected them to locate the Gun Devil. In desperation, the US president sacrificed 1 year of every citizen's life to summon 20% of its body to kill Makima. Even at a fraction of its strength, the Gun Devil annihilated cities before Makima ultimately overpowered it. Its remains possessed Aki Hayakawa's corpse, turning him into the Gun Fiend, forcing Denji into a tragic battle against his friend. The Gun Devil's body parts were later divided among world powers, America, China, the Soviet Union, while fragments scattered across the globe still seek to reunite. Its power allows it to massacre targets with terrifying precision, choosing victims by age, gender, or even birth month. A walking apocalypse of steel and gunfire, the Gun Devil remains a lingering nightmare of mass destruction. 7. War Devil Yoru, the War Devil, personifies humanity's fear of war. As one of the Four Horsemen alongside control, famine, and death, she once battled Chainsaw Man in Hell and was partially devoured, leaving her drastically weakened. To survive, Yoru escaped to Earth and possessed Asa Mitaka, a shy student on the brink of death. Unlike other possessions, Asa's consciousness remains, creating a dual existence, two minds sharing one body. If Asa feels fear, Yoru's control falters, ironically weakening the Devil of War through fear itself. Yoru's defining power is weapon creation. She can transform anything she owns, objects, people, even devils, into weapons. The stronger Asa's emotional attachment or guilt toward the item or person, the more powerful the resulting weapon becomes. This turns every bond into potential ammunition, forcing Asa into painful moral choices. As their connection deepens, Yoru gains freedom, even crafting weapons remotely without speaking their names. Her abilities grow darker when she weaponizes devils, inheriting their existing contracts and powers. Using a Gun Devil pact, she sacrificed 40,000 human lives to fire a world-shattering Statue of Liberty cannon, a blast strong enough to wound Chainsaw Man himself. Driven by pride and vengeance, Yoru seeks to surpass Chainsaw Man and restore fear of war. Whether she becomes humanity's salvation or its destruction depends on her uneasy partnership with Asa and how far they're willing to go to win.